Hi boys and girls, Miss Giak here for writing for March 27th. Today will be our last day using the two paired passages, School Starts Too Early and Don't Change. So we're going to finish up our opinion piece about school start times. So you have decided this week, do you think schools start at a good time? Or do you think schools start too early and they need to change? So that's what you've been thinking and planning and writing. I read some of my students' pieces where they've got their introduction and their reasons, and then today they're going to finish up their conclusion. So awesome job from what I've read so far, and I'm sure some of you have already submitted what you worked on to your teachers, and they are reading over those as well. So the learning target for today, this is what we're going to work on today and be able to do by the end of our lesson, is I can revise and edit my opinion piece. We're going to go and we're going to look for capitalization, punctuation, spelling. We're going to fix all that, but then we're going to add in more information or take out things that do not fit with our paper. So this is our writer's checklist. This is a checklist that was provided to us that we know the people that are looking at their paper, this is what they want to make sure we're including. So you need to go through this checklist and ask yourself, have I introduced my opinion? Did I state at the beginning of my paper, in my opinion? Or did I state in my paper, I feel, I believe, I think? Those are all strong opinion words and phrases that you can use. Did you support your opinion with reasons and details from the passages? Both passages. We're working on including them from both. And I asked you to use 3 reasons. So you need to go and ask yourself, do I have 3 separate reasons that I think school start times should change? Or should they stay the same? Do I have 3? That's what we're focused on. Are your reasons and details in order? This is where we're using transition and linking words. My first reason. Another reason. My final reason. So as people are reading, they're reading them in order and they're seeing the progression as your paper continues. Are you using your own words but also quoting directly from the passages? So we know that when we use quotation marks, boys and girls, we are using someone else's words. According to the author of Don't Change, and then you can tell us. You're quoting them. You're telling us that they said that. When you are identifying the passage, you're referring to the passage just like I did down here. According to the author, you're talking about the author, or you can say, in the text, school starts too early. Capitalize the letters in the title. In the text, school starts too early. It mentions that students this, and then you're referring to those passages by having the titles capitalized. You're putting them in your paper. Are you using clear language and vocabulary? Are you spelling things correctly? If you're taking them from the passage, the word is right there, so spell it how you see it on the paper. And then, do you have a strong conclusion that supports your opinion? We're going to focus a little bit more on that one today because I'm noticing a lot of times people just move on and they forget to finalize their paper. They forget to end it with a strong conclusion, and you've put all this work in that we want to make sure that we finish it. And then, like I mentioned earlier, you're checking your work for grammar, spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. So that's where you go back and you read over it. And you say, does the beginning of my sentence have a capital letter? Is there a punctuation mark at the end? Does anything need to be capitalized? You can ask an older brother or sister to help you with the spelling if you're getting stuck on a word. So today, like I said, we're going to focus on a strong conclusion, and then you're going to work on writing your strong conclusion, but also using this checklist to go back over your reasons, your transition words, including details in your paper. So just to start off, do you like to attend after school activities? Imagine a day where school went too late, so you have to go home, work on homework, and go to bed. In my opinion, I believe school starts at a good time and should not change. I agree. This little box won't move. I'm trying to get it to move for y'all. Yeah, sorry. I'll move this down then. I agree with the author of Don't Change. Oops, and I'm noticing right here that this C in change is not capitalized, and that is the title of a passage. So here am I editing, and I'm fixing that. So have I stated my opinion? Yes, I have. Have I referred to one of the passages yet? Yes, I have. I talked about Don't Change. Now I'm going to list my 3 reasons so my readers know what are they going to be reading about as they read my paper. My 3 reasons school start times should not change are to leave time for activities, to save the district money, and to make sure kids do not stay up too late working on homework. Now I'm coming into my first, and I'm noticing I didn't indent. You've got to indent. There we go. Now I've indented my next paragraph, which is going to be my first paragraph on my reasons. My first reason, school start time should stay the same, so students can have time for after-school activities. Students enjoy attending performing arts club, coding club, or sports practice. If school started later, there would not be time for these activities. Another reason is that changing the start time would cost school districts a lot of money. Well, how do you know that? I know this because in the passage, Don't Change, the author states, and then I would continue to explain, what does the author say to let me know that that it would make the district have to pay money? Why is that important, and where does it say that? So as you continue today to work on yours, I want you to make sure that you have paragraph form. You're capitalizing, you have reasons with details, another reason, then my third reason, and then you're going to focus on your conclusion. So ways to end your opinion piece. This person was writing opinion pieces on apples, and apples being the best fruit. That was their opinion. So we're not writing about apples, but this is just to help you kind of understand different ways that you can end your writing piece. So you can include this in your final paragraph. Use a quote. So you would go back to one of the passages and use a quote from there. A quote is what someone said, so what one of the authors said. So this person wrote, as the brilliant Johnny Appleseed once said, I live for others. You can remind your reader of your opinion, which we are going to do. We know we need a conclusion sentence restating our opinion. As you can see, there are numerous reasons why the apple is such an amazing fruit. So we could say, as you can see, there are numerous reasons why school start time should stay the same. You can ask your reader a question. With all the types, colors, and uses, can you think of a fruit that is more delicious than an apple? So I could say something like, with all the extra time after school, can you think what you would like to do? Or you can use some emotion, make a connection. Without our beautiful apple tree, our park would be without picnics in the shade, kids running around the tree, and most of all the availability of delicious, healthy snack right at our fingertips. So emotion means make your reader kind of connect with what you're saying. With Without extra time after school for activities, kids would be bored, kids would have to do their homework and stay up late, and kids would miss out on sleep. So, today, try to pick one or two of these to include in your conclusion of your opinion piece. So just to wrap it up, I want you to write a strong conclusion. End your paper with a strong ending. Then you're going to edit and revise it using the checklist. Go back to the checklist and ask yourself if you included everything that is on that checklist. Then if you have time, rewrite it or type the final piece, because we know when we're editing and when we're revising, we are taking out words, we're using little carets and adding words in, we're crossing things out, whatever it is, you want to make sure, whatever you turn into your teacher, you want it to look like it's a final piece. It needs to be presented to them as this is what I'm proud of, this is my work that I've worked on all week. So once you've rewritten it or typed it, I want you to upload it to Seesaw or email it to your teacher, and I know that they will be excited to read it and find out your opinion on school start times. And then next week we're going to switch it up with some different writing, so I look forward to reading your pieces, and I know your teachers do as well. Have a great weekend, boys and girls. Thanks for a great week of learning.